Hi everyone, Nicole from My Christmas. Lovely to virtually see you again Friday night. This week has gone fast after last week that went on for 3 months. I don't know if others feel the same way, but this week I've not achieved much, but yeah, it's really flown. And probably because it's school holidays too, so it's sort of all a bit relaxed with the kids doing what they're meant to be doing, which is nothing. Anyway, today I thought I would show you a few ideas on how you can display some of your special pieces, because there are some pieces you might have even in your Christmas collection that you'd like to have out that make you feel a bit happier this time of year, or start with a little simple Easter display. So yeah, I just thought some layering effects with what you might have around the house, or if you don't, the things that are really good to have as part of your stash of pieces. So first of all, I'm going to start with just a cloche. I'd never had a cloche, and then we had one for a photo shoot last year. One of the staff had. I really loved it. It was great. So actually I bought one from us. We got them for the store this year, and because we did a display using them, and also bought one. This was a new design that came out this year with the marble base, which I thought was really beautiful. So I've got that normally sits, in fact it's looking a bit Beauty and the Beast at the moment, because I've had this single flower in there which looks like, you know, the flower that wilts in Beauty and the Beast. So I have to find a new piece to put in there normally, but currently I'm doing a simple Easter display. So again, this is where we talk about, rather than just one thing and putting the cloche on, where you can just have simple extra pieces that you put into your display, so that you change it from just being a kind of a single rabbit in there, and you could have a bigger piece as well. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. But if you have the little piece on the side that is just one of our normal bunches of broken off from my garland, and a couple of bunches of greenery. If you didn't have the carrot, you could just use some greenery. Again, cable tied it just so I can sit it neatly. I can sort of sit it around the rabbit to fit into my cloche area. It's a nice way of adding a little bit of extra design to your cloche. And one of the things we sell a lot of in the store, and I know a lot of you have got, and we are collectors ourselves, are the Patience Brewster pieces. So if you're not sure how to display them, I think it's going to fit in here. I didn't test it beforehand. You can always have a couple of your Patience Brewster pieces sitting in your cloche as a way of just creating a finished look for your patients, and becomes a real focal point. So if you've got one of these deer that you normally stack away and you only have it out for Christmas time, you might choose one of them to have out all the time on your kitchen, or you know, one of your sofa tables or whatever tabletop that you've got. So I love using this cloche to change the season and focus on whatever new piece or special piece I'm loving at the moment. These little drums we sell at the store. I saw the price, $59.50 for the pair. But sometimes you sort of see something like this and like, oh, they're cute, but what do I do with them? So I thought I'd just show you a few really simple ways. And the other thing we have is our elf. A lot of people love the elves and have them. And again, other than putting them in their tree, it's like, what shall I do to make it a focal point in my display? So first of all, you can make it really simple and just sit him, because he's posable, just sit him on there, and you've already, instead of just having an elf sitting on the table, you've kind of got a whole story going on. But if you want to make it even more interesting, again, these are hollow, so you can just turn one upside down, and he's going to sit at the front there, but I just want to create a little bit of interest behind. Oops, I've got my lights twisted in here, give me 1 second. Okay, so all I'm doing here is just adding, I've broken it up again, I've broken up one of my picks, and I'm just going to put them in to the florist foam, and got a couple of curly picks as well, a bit more height to go in the middle. So how does that look there, Zoe?
Really good, yeah.
So you can see how just adding that little bit of interest to it has made the whole piece pop. You can again go as far as you want to. Zoe also suggested earlier that, you know, you could sit him down here, or you could sit him on this piece, you know, and then make that into a really big display if you wanted to, with a couple of poinsettias or other flowers in the front down low. and then the foliage come out. So you can kind of play around with those layers so that your elf is suddenly a focal point. Come on, sit for me. I feel like he's looking a bit drunk there, isn't he?
Yep.
So I kind of like that. And now, again, I've used the drums because I had them, but Catherine wrapped my Christmas present in these gorgeous little boxes. And again, you could use a box like this if you didn't have anything. Just layer them, put a bow around it, then a piece of florist foam. Now, of course, you don't want to fill the whole thing with florist foam because that's a lot. So either some scrunched up paper at the bottom, so your foam's just at the top. Still want to wedge it in there, but then you could do exactly the same thing with him sitting on there, with the bow coming out the side and your foliage coming out. And that's just a simple, I don't know, they call them hat box kind of containers, but there were multiple different sizes that fitted together for that. So that's another piece that you might have around your house I kept so I can wrap other presents as nicely. Okay, and this is why I started this whole thing, because the other day I started to play with this, and I made it when I was talking about kids, craft ideas for kids, and it's come up. I love it. I just think it's so much fun, and it's holding together well. I wouldn't want to rub too hard on those sprinkles on there, but it's holding up well. And then the top of it, I just layered it with fine glue, and then the iridescent glitter on top, because I didn't want it to be lumpy because of the pieces I'm going to put on there. So with that as my base, I thought, again, I'm going to come back to the Patience Brewster so we can see how we can sort of layer multiple pieces together, and suddenly you've got a platform that they can all sit on. How's that as far as positioning, Zoe? Can
yeah,
you see
good.
The face?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I've been using this moss on one of the wreaths that I made, and I think it's real. It's $10 a packet, like from Kosh. And Zoe and I started to layer that all the way around.
Mum, I can tell it's not real.
It's not real?
It's not real.
Are you sure it's not real? Okay,
Pretty
it's
sure
not real, people.
Pretty sure it's not real. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's not real.
Okay, it's not real, but it feels weird. So I'm just going to layer that all the way around. Do need to kind of get into the gaps a bit here, because I love the fresh green with the bright or the lolly colours that are on these pieces. Stretch it out a bit. And if you wanted to, you could even, after, depends on how much you like glitter in your house. So I'm kind of getting sick of glitter in my house, I've got to be honest, making these pieces. But you could even sprinkle some glitter on top of this if you wanted a little bit of sparkle on there once it's in place, so you're not moving it around anywhere. But I kind of hope. So how's it looking at that end?
Good.
I'll just keep putting it around. So see how instead of just being, kind of a couple of pieces sitting on a box, it's now becoming a story, and everything's looking like it's complete. And that's what you're trying to achieve when you put your tabletop pieces and tabletop displays together, a sort of a full look. It doesn't have to mean that it's really congested and got lots of stuff on it, but you want it to be a complete story. So then, who can do this without some fairy lights? So I hope the batteries are working this, because I didn't actually test that beforehand. I'm just going to layer these gorgeous little lights loosely around my display, and to try not to knock off anything as I go. You kind of want a bit of body with these. Whoops, not quite that much. Let's just see how we're doing here. You can bend these wires around so you can play. Where's this one gone from? Oh, don't knock it off. Okay, I'm just gonna, oh my God, come on, behave. We're on live national TV, international. I don't know if there's anyone international, but God help us if there is. We're making a mess of this.
There's 50 people watching.
Okay, that's international enough. It's just like SBS. Okay, I'm just going to hold that and see how, I don't know, I think that kind of brings the whole thing together. It's suddenly become a real feature piece rather than, I mean, obviously Patience Bristol, as I said, we all love it. This has come out of my cupboard today. I've got a beautiful zebra that I have sitting on my entranceway all the time. That's my favourite piece. So I keep my deers away for Christmas. But I thought with these colours, you had to go with Donna here and add her to the look. So that's it for tonight. I hope those sort of few ideas of bringing things together helps. If you didn't want to do anything like I've done here with the sprinkles, you could still use the foam base. You could even just wrap it with beautiful ribbon. So don't be afraid to use things that you might already have. If you're using a thinner ribbon, just glue it. So at the back you will have a glue line, but just lay it flat. And then if you want to, you can make a bow and stick it on the front as well of it. If I was finishing this off and leaving it like this, I would just put a pin or something into the wire here so it sits where I want it to, or I'm holding it down. And then I can easily adjust these lights and put them, put the controller away so no one sees it. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope you're having a lovely planned weekend. I have no idea what the weather's going to do this weekend. I thought today was going to be cool after yesterday's rain, but it's hot. Next thing I'm going to make is I'm going to show you how to do a wreath with peppermints and candy. I've already had a lot of people indicating, this is sort of going back from probably December last year when I started to talk about what themes are coming up. People are saying they're loving candy. I think this year for Christmas, we're going to want fun, we're going to want bright, we're going to want, everything to do with, just the luxury and fun of Christmas. So I'm going to create a wreath. Now, normally we tie everything on. I'm going to show you how to do it just by gluing all the pieces onto a wreath. So if it's a wreath you're not going to change the look of, most of it I'm going to glue into place, which is a lot easier to do, and but a permanent solution, so not something you would change. So I'm thinking that's going to be Sunday. That's maybe Sunday night. I'll do that. Yeah, today's Friday, so we'll probably do that Sunday night. And then I think we'll be back on Tuesday. Wednesday is my 25th wedding anniversary, so I won't be here. Well, I will be. I'll be in the house with the family. But anyway, I'm going to be taking a night off. So anyway, thank you again, everyone, for being part of this community. Just so grateful to you all. Have a lovely weekend with the ones that you are with. Virtually connect with anyone else. And any questions, put them through, and I will be back online to check them out for you. Thanks again. Bye.